Amir Hamza came to Singapore. He spoke to workers from Bangladesh. He himself is from Bangladesh, and he gave the talk at a dormitory in Tuas. It's called Lantana Lodge. And we, Internal Security Department, came to know of his sermon. And what was of concern is that he made many extremist, segregationist statements. His preachings, from what we can see, run down in the past, run down secular values, promote religious intolerance, disparages non-Muslims. And he is also reported to be involved with an organization called Ansar al-Islam. This organization, Ansar al-Islam, is a pro-Al-Qaeda organization in Bangladesh. Amir was arrested in 2021 for extremism, inciting militancy. His speeches are reported to have influenced an Ansar al-Islam member to actually plot to attack the Bangladeshi parliament. Amir Hamza himself is currently on bail in Bangladesh, from what we understand, waiting for trial. His name is in our database, and we would have picked him up. But what he did was that he used a passport with a name that's slightly different from what we had in our database, and from all appearances, it looks like a validly issued passport. I mean, it appears to be a validly issued passport. And we did not have his biometrics at that point in time. He slipped through because of this passport issue. He seems to have a legitimate passport with a different name. And, it's always not easy when people do that. And it's a balance that we have to strike. And in this case, he managed to get through. He suggested that non-Muslims were kafirs, that means infidels. He referred to extremists as, he held up extremists as examples of religious piety, and he told his audience, the Bangladeshi workers, that they should do the same. He praised a number of individuals he named. They are said to have links to terrorism themselves. He also encouraged the audience to watch videos of a person named Motiur Rahman Nizami. Motiur is the alleged mastermind behind a massacre in 1971 where hundreds of Hindus were killed in Bangladesh. Amir Hamza left on the 10th. The matter is being investigated. It affects our national security and is contrary to our values, the things that he said. So the organizer of the talk is also under investigation. Organizer did not apply for a police permit, which he should have applied for. Organizers in Singapore have to follow the rules, and the people who organized it will be taken to task because they didn't follow the rules, they didn't apply. So he came in like any other person would, and he came in on a valid passport from all that we can see. So what is it that you think ICA could have done differently? He was no different from any other person who's coming into Singapore. So we cannot work backwards in this, but we have to see what has happened. We will look at it, but bearing in mind that we need to make sure that we balance the security needs with the needs of the economy too. We make it clear in Singapore that whether it's Singaporeans or whether foreigners, you can proselytize, you can say good things about your own race or religion, but you cannot run down somebody else of some other race or religion. Our laws are quite tight. And foreign preachers, when the applications are made and their names are given, we usually check that, and sometimes we've said no, they can't come in. Some years ago, we acted against a number of Bangladeshi workers who were on track, in our view, becoming more radicalized. They were practicing silent killing, getting brochures on how to kill. They were meeting in mosques to talk to each other, work out, sending money for terrorist-related activities overseas. and we send the whole lot back. But on the whole, I would say ISD is in control.